As we start to look closer at Office applications, I will be working with the Microsoft Official Academic course for some of our programs, especially in Microsoft Office. What I really hope to bring to you are some of the features of Microsoft Office programs that extend beyond what you might be able to find in free programs. You're also going to find the ability to do most of these things in programs like Google Drive or OpenOffice. I am not requiring you to do any assignments that would really need Word. That is why there are no word processing homework assignments this week. But doing this work will make it easier for you to take the quiz that will be coming up shortly and also be more proficient at these applications. So when you get these folders and you open them, you will find two different kinds of files in them. The first will be a PDF file. Now I'm working in Chrome at the moment, so what you watch my browser do might be different than your browser. But working in Chrome, when I click on the PDF file, it will prompt me to save that file, and I will find a location for it. For the moment, I think I'll put that on the desktop. And from here, I can open that file. Chrome is giving me a preview. I can see the file. I can scroll through it. I can open it here in my browser window and view it, or I can open it with my system viewer. I happen to have full-blown Acrobat, but most of you probably have an Acrobat reader. And one of the advantages, of course, using full-blown Acrobat is getting tools like the ability to find or search for text within the document. Like so. With the PDF file outside of the document, you can put this on a jump drive, you could send this to your phone or tablet, you could work with the text at a CCV location on a separate computer even. Here at home, I have a dual monitor setup, so I'm able to put my PDF file on one screen with my work on the other screen, so that can also be a real time saver for all of you and save a lot of trees. I'm going to close the preview of that PDF file and come back to this folder. The other kind of file that we have are zipped files with the data files that you would need to work on Lesson 8. Now this data file folder is going to include data files for the chapters, for going through all of the step-by-step cookbook style instructions that the lesson offers, as well as the assignments at the end. And there are going to be times where I'm going to ask you to do the assignments at the end of the chapter in the word processor or spreadsheet program of your choice. And I will usually give you alternate instructions when Google Drive is going to work a little bit different. To gain access to these files, you're going to see that the file extension is a zip file. It ends in .zip. You're going to have to use your system's own unzipping or compression software to manage this. So I am again using Google Chrome. It asks where I want to put this compressed folder, so I'm going to save that to my desktop at the moment. And now you'll see down here at the bottom in Chrome that it is available, and I can open this file. And this is going to open Microsoft Windows Explorer, not Internet Explorer. So Windows Explorer is the file manager for Windows operating systems. I am working in Windows 7, so if you have Windows 8 or 8.1, things might look different for you. I might be able to open this file and see files inside of it. And I may even sometimes be able to open these files from this compressed folder, but that's not what we want to do. We don't want to work from inside this compressed folder. There is another step. Now I'm going to go back. I use my back button in this case to where I have the entire file folder. And the one thing that we can see in Internet Explorer that is different when we are working with a zipped file is this Extract All Files button here. When we click that button, we get a dialog box, and it asks us, where do you want to put your extract files? Be careful here. Don't just click Extract, because unless you know where you're putting things, you may not be able to find these files later. So here, it's suggesting that I put things on my desktop. Well, I don't organize things at home on my desktop. I would normally find my folder for this class. I have a CCV folder, and I would select, I happen to name things by the course number. So I would select that, and I would create a folder in there. If you want to make a new folder, for example, maybe you want to make a folder in here just for Word, which I already have, but you can hit Make a New Folder and name it. And when I say OK, it is going to extract this folder into that folder. I can leave this box checked so that I can see the folder after it's finished extracting, but it's kind of like unpacking a very compressed suitcase of data. So now I no longer have this extract files up here because I'm no longer looking at a zipped file. I'm looking at the actual file, and I can see the breadcrumb trails to where I've stored it on my computer. And when I open it up, now I am able to see the previews of the photos. And if I clicked on the Word document itself, I can even see a little preview of the Word document file. So this is how you work with these files that you're going to find in Moodle. The pink ones here are zipped files, and those are what we'll be working with throughout the course of the semester. One other tip that I want to give you is about selecting text and having your show hide characters tool on. So here I have some text on a page, and you're going to watch me work with my cursor sometimes. You may not actually know what I am doing if you're not familiar with navigating with your cursor. I have a couple different ways of viewing this. I can zoom in a little so I can see a little bit more of what's going on with my text down here in the bottom right with the zoom controls. And I can see the whole content of the body by zooming it down very small and seeing everything that is on here, getting an overview of what I'm looking at. Another quick way to view is to jump up to the View tab, and I can set things to fit on one page at 100% or page width. Generally, those are the ways that I'm going to be working with this. Let's scroll down just a little bit so that I'm looking at some pages of paragraphs and text. Well, you might be looking at my page and be saying, why are all those dots? That's because I have the non-printing characters showing at this time. This is called the Show Hide button. And if it is on, it shows a little dot for every space, this paragraph mark for every regular return. It will show arrows for every tab. Everything that doesn't normally print, you will get to show. So you might know that if I put my cursor somewhere, that is the insertion point. And from here, I type. If I hit the backspace, I delete behind it. If I hit the delete button, I delete in front of it. But what you might not know are other things you can do with your cursor. If you double click on a word, you will select not just that word, but the space after it. You will also get the little mini toolbar available for things that you can do with that word. If you triple click on the screen, you will get an entire paragraph. So it's a single click to put the insertion point, a double click for a word, a triple click for the entire paragraph. Even more we can do with our mouse is working outside here in this left margin. Now those single click, double click, and triple click also work in Google Drive. But these left margin tools at the moment only work in Microsoft Office Word. If I single click, I select an entire line. If I double click, I get the entire paragraph and again the quick mini menu. If I triple click, I get the entire document selected. So these are some quick selection tools that we will be using throughout the course of working with Word.